beware, beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Friday morning. Some of you people are listening to 1430. If you're having a little problem, we're doing some engineering work, and as always, we don't have to, but we turn down the power because we don't want to see any of our people get hurt out there. So if you usually listen on 1430 and it's coming in a little staticky, go to 1190. And whenever we have problems on 1190 or work on that, you can go to 1430. It's being taken care of right now. So sorry for maybe inconvenience. I know the people in the way outer area, people in Kansas City, Kansas, probably not going to hear us too good right now, but 1430, 50,000 watts like KMOX booms all over to 4+ million potential listeners. 1190, about 3.5 potential million listeners. And again, I don't think there's quite that many. I think it's 3.2, not 3.5. But anyway, a good Friday to everybody. I want to wish a good friend of mine, two good friends of mine, Jerry and Rhonda Nichols from Cahokia. He's the lone wolf. He's out there fighting the culture of corruption, the democratic culture of corruption in Cahokia. Him and his lovely bride, Rhonda, married 46 years on Sunday. I won't be here Sunday, so I'm going to wish them an early 46th wedding anniversary to Jerry and Rhonda Nichols, our good friends from Cahokia, true and proud members of the Cahokia division of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. I want to say, hope you have another 46. Well, you, Jerry, Rhonda, I don't know if she can take you another 46. And on a much less sincere note, somebody texts me today, says, today is your buddy Doug Jamison. He's the chairman of the St. Clair County Republican Debacle Organization. It's his birthday. What do you think about a woman beaten, drunk, driving, no child support, and son of a bitch? I don't know if they's talking about Doug Jamison or not, but I know Doug Jamison's a piece of crap. But I will wish that piece of crap a happy birthday and many, many more, because, see, when there's real despicable people like you were around, Doug Jamison, the chairman, the Republican chairman, party chairman, I don't feel so bad about myself. You no-good asswipe son of a bitch. Hey, and I want to, before we get going, well, I always get going, want to talk about Holbrook here momentarily. He's trying to disenfranchise the white votes in the outer county because these son of a bitches are afraid. Kern's got billboards all over the place. These guys have never had a fight like we're going to give them November the 8th. Someone said, Bob, you can't beat them. Nobody ever has. And I says, we've already beat them. Mentally, we beat them. Psychologically, we beat them. We're living in their heads rent-free. They're going to spend more money. They should have spent that money on the community. But Kern's worried. Kern's dumped everybody else. Kern's worried about Kern. Those son of a bitches, not just Democrats, though, Republican politicians, they eat their own. They eat their own. Now, the rank and file, the true Republicans, the true Democrats, the rank and file, the hard-working Democrats and Republicans, men, women, black and white, those are the people we want to reach out to. We want to reach out to the real people. I'm tired of these phony, no-count, good-for-nothing son of a bitches. I've talked to Democrats and Republicans, people. You people, that's who I've talked to all throughout my district, all throughout St. Clair County. You guys all say the same thing. We're not voting party politics anymore. We're voting the person, not the party. And how intelligent is that? To vote for someone because they're qualified, not to vote for someone because they've got a D behind their name or an R behind their name. But you've heard me day in and day out, people. That's what the Democratic organization strives for. That's what the Republican organization strives for. They want you to be part of their organization so they, you hear me, not we the people, but they, the politicians, can benefit. Aren't you good people tired of that? You know, I talk about Democrats. You hear me talk about Republicans. I'm an equal opportunity political hater. I don't give a damn if you're a Republican politician or a Democratic politician. I'm against you. I'm for Democratic public servants and Republican public servants. That's who I support. That's who I'm for. I'm for the person, not the party. But you've heard me, these organizational guys, get out there and vote. Get out there and vote. Get us all these votes so they can make $125,000 a year. Get benefits, get pensions that you people will never see. They don't give a damn about you. That's the Democratic organization and the Republican organization. I'm going to tell you, people, and it's self-serving. I'm a proud member of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. It's not a political party. You can look all over. It's not filed as a political party anywhere. It's a patriotic movement uniting Democrats, Republican men, women, independents, and I'll keep saying that day in and day out until I finally get you people to understand. We have to vote the people that are best qualified. We don't care about organized politics. You sit back and think, has organized politics did anything for any of you, black, white, men, women, Democrats, or Republicans? Hell no, unless you're part of the elitist, unless you're part of the establishment, Democrat or Republican, you got nothing coming. You got nothing coming. And Governor Rauner, what an idiot. I tell you, and I know a lot of you people may like him, I thought he was going to do a good job. He could put a D behind his name because we're not getting any work done either way. He's sitting there tall and proud. This son of a bitch, they got this new agency going on. And guess who's speaking at the podium? The governor. He must be serious yesterday because he's got his tie off and he's looking like he's a hard-working man. There's a new agency out at Scott Air Base that will help keep cyber criminals at bay. It's got to do with the internet and all that crap. I don't understand it, so I can't even go there. But it says Rauner highlighted the importance of federal, state, and local collaboration in the investment of Illinois. It says this thing took a decade of planning and 3 years of construction. Hey, Governor, you weren't even around. You had your billion-dollar ass somewhere up north. But he's going to take credit. Let somebody at that podium that's been a military hero, who saved somebody's life, who's done something for the community other than take, like all you politicians. But it happens all the time. Today is an example of what happens when all levels of government come together, he said. Together we have built a centralized facility. You ain't built crap, Rauner. It's the federal government came in and built it. And you and Kern and everybody else, these local bastards, are going to take credit. Don't it piss you people off? They're always there for a photo op. You can't reach him. You call the governor's office. The governor ain't in. You never reach him. But, boy, if there's a camera around, those son of a bitches will fly there to get to the camera. Investing in our infrastructure to keep our country safe. $100 million investment. Sure, that's a big investment. But I got to say, Governor, you weren't even around when this took place, when the conception of this. You weren't anywhere around, but you were around. You were around whenever we lost the GNA. And, you know, and I rag Kern. And it was because of Kern and Sprague and Barra-Civic, the democratic culture of corruption, that we lost that NGA, the spy agency, the $3 and $4 billion potential revenue, the influx of revenue that we could have used in St. Clair County. All the jobs, people, all the benefits we could have reaped from that. I blame Kern. I blame Sprague. I blame Barra-Civic, because they have been for the last 30, 40, 50 years the democratic culture of corruption in St. Clair County. But I have to say, Governor Rauner, Congressman Bost, you're the governor. Rauner, you're the congressman. Bost, you couldn't secure the NGA? You guys are important people. We put you in those positions. We put you in those positions to secure things like this. I know it's not easy. Your job's not supposed to be easy. You guys failed too. I won't give Rauner and Bost credit for the corruption in St. Clair County, but I'll help give them the blame. I'll help give them the blame because they could not keep the NGA on our side of the river. The governor of Illinois, our congressman, Congressman Bost. And Congressman, I'd like to know, what the hell have you done for the 12th Congressional District the last 2 years? What have you brought? You're on the losing end. You're like a losing ball team. You'll never make it to the Congressional World Series. You're 0 and about 4. You've brought nothing to the 12th Congressional District, from Murfreesboro to Carbondale up to Belleville. Mike Bost, give me a call. You're the congressman. We the people deserve some transparency. We deserve to have information. And you people notice, I'm ragging a Republican, and I rag Democrats. I rag all politicians. I'm an equal opportunity. You hear me, and you'll hear it 1,000 times. I'm an equal opportunity political hater. I don't give a damn about these rotten bastards. You know I'm running for office. Wish I hadn't. I honestly believe I'd be a lot better off not putting up with this crap. Because I thought federal prison was bad. I thought living in the streets of East St. Louis was bad. No way is it as bad as a culture of corruption in politics in this great state of Illinois. You've read articles. Illinois, the most corrupt political state in the country. You know, they bitch. Kern and Sprague and those guys, hey, Romanik's a felon, but they'll take all the felons' votes down in East St. Louis. Hell, you know what? I didn't take your trust and steal from you. I got in trouble on my own. Look at all these politicians. Look at Blagojevich, Dan Walker, Otto Kerner, every one of these, George Ryan, every one of these son of a bitches were elected by you good people. You put your trust in them, and they failed you. They became corrupt and became criminals. Now, I've already had my stint, so when I'm elected, I got no place to go but up. And I'm making light of that. But do you understand? These politicians are nothing but people that we put in office. And if you're a no good son of a bitch before you get in office, you're going to be a no good son of a bitch afterwards. And I personally can be a no good son of a bitch. But I've never stole from anybody. I tell the truth. And I fight for what I believe in. These rotten bastards don't fight for anything but the almighty dollar. I respect what money can do. They worship money. And if you get somebody to worship anything, watch out, because you've got a real idiot on your hand. But I want to ask again, Congressman Bost, Governor Rauner, you're sitting there taking credit for this cyber center at Scott Air Base, that it says right here, accumulation of a decade. That's over 10 years of planning and then 3 years to construct it. So that's 13 years. Neither one of you guys were around, but you're going to take credit for that. Well, if you're going to take credit for that, you better take blame for something that you should be blamed for. Not being able to secure, you hear me, being able to secure the NGA, the National Spy Agency. I don't see you at the podium, Rauner. I don't see you at the podium, Bost, talking about why we didn't get it. I don't see you guys at the photo op when it was learned that we didn't get it, that St. Louis got it with that $3 or $4 or $5 billion economic influx. Where were you at, Rauner? Where were you at, boss? Well, by the way, where were you at, Kern, and Barra Civic and Sprague? Do you see the common denominator here, people? Son of a bitches, you don't care if they're Democrats or Republicans. They're no good. They're no good. These guys have been lifelong politicians. And in Rauner, he's going to spend all this money on all these elections. He's making some of these Republican candidates for state office jump through hoops. You know, they make them make so many phone calls a day, so many contacts a day. You know, it's like they're little kids in school. I would tell the governor, I would tell both sides, keep your money. And I've told them both that. That's why they don't like me. They figure they can buy everybody. But they make these state representative candidates, state senator candidates, they make these people jump through hoops. I'm going to make you guys jump through a hoop if elected, and it ain't going to be pretty. It ain't going to be a pretty hoop. Rauner, Bost, Democrats, don't give a damn. But think about it, people. They're always there. They're always there for the photo op. Governor Rauner, that's not, it's bottom fold, front page, but he's there. Bost is there. They're all there. All these asswipe son of a bitches who haven't done anything for anybody. But they're all there. And when you see a situation where they're all there, that means that it's something positive. See, they won't take blame for the things they do wrong, but these son of a bitches will take credit for the things somebody else, that's the operative word, people, that somebody else accomplishes. They'll take credit for something they didn't do. If it's positive, they sure will. But they won't take credit for something they did do that's negative. They want to flip the script. They want to blame somebody else. I say to all these politicians, and I hope you people join in with me, all of you kiss my and our asses, because we're finally beginning to understand that you guys are no good. You're no good for our country. You're no good for our state. You're no good for our county. We don't need long-time career politicians. We need public servants who are going to get in and serve for a term or two, like I suppose, and I will serve for a term or two, if fortunate enough to get elected, and then give somebody else a chance. Because if I can't get something done in 2 or 4 years, I don't need to be there. If these other son of a bitches can't get anything done in 2 to 4 years, you got to give somebody a little time. But you can't give them 30, 40, 50 years, because that just breeds corruption. Corruption on both sides of the political aisle. I'm tired of this crap, people. I hope you are. I've been in politics 50 years. I'm out on the street now, and it's amazing that the people are responding to the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition's motto, their philosophy. These people are tired. We've talked to Democrats, Republican, men, women, black and white, all throughout St. Clair County. Madison County, actually, Monroe, Clinton, Washington County, and some counties over in St. Louis. They all say the same thing. It's the same game, just different players. So all you have to do is substitute the names that I'm giving for your people in your area, your political parasitical punks, and you get the same thing. You always get the same thing, and it's unbelievable. Here I get and Jerry, thank you very much. Morning, Bob. Just read the Muscuda Herald newspaper. The armed forces, which this gentleman I do too, respect, salute, and honor, they had their ball at the Four Fountains to raise money. St. Clair County was there to present them with a check. And guess who was presenting the check? Mark Kern. Mark Kern's good. Sweet Cakes is good at giving other people's money away. Standing there with his tax-collecting smile, holding on to the check. But the paper didn't say whether he wore his dress and danced at the Armed Forces Ball. Well, if he had his dress on, if he wears a dress, he probably had some high heels, some pumps, some pink pumps. But see, people, you got to start understanding, if you haven't, and I think most of you have, these son of a bitches, these rotten bastards, they're going to be giving everybody else's money away. When they present something, they cut the ribbon. They didn't give any money. They didn't build the building. They just happened to be in the position that we put them in. They're supposed to represent us. They don't represent us. They represent themselves. They represent their political organization, both sides. And I'm just tired of it, people. I hope you guys are tired of it because we can't keep going. Kern says every day we're going to do this, bringing jobs back to the community. The son of a bitch has lost thousands and thousands of jobs. If he brings back thousands and thousands, he's just at an even keel. Take him 20 more years. In 20 years in St. Clair County, with the democratic culture of corruption, we'll all be destroyed. Property values. Why, people? The property values in St. Clair County continue to go down, and property taxes continue to go up. I don't understand that philosophy. I don't understand, people, and you don't understand. And you know what? They don't understand. The only thing they understand is greed. Give me more. We need more money so we can hire more of our political people so we, not us, them, can continue to get elected to these positions. Think about it, people. November the 8th, you guys got to hold your nose maybe and vote for me. And the other candidates on the Republican ticket, they're more independent than Republican. We'd like for you to vote for these people. Vote for the person, not the party. It's unbelievable what's been going on. And I hope I and other people have opened your eyes, help get your eyes open, people, to what's been going on. And if you sit there and think about it, and I've had people listen to me and come up to me, Bob, you're right. All I am is a messenger. All I am is tell them to go to a certain page. They went to that page and read it, and now they understand. It wasn't Bob Romanik. This is not Bob Romanik's message. This is a message of every hard-working taxpayer all throughout this country, men, women, black, white, Democrats, and Republicans. We've got to put a stop to this, people. And Kern going to give a check. How the hell? I wouldn't have the nerve. If it wasn't my money, I would not have the nerve. I want to talk about, hey, boss. I want to talk about this dog. It was in the feature section. Mayor Eckert. And I love animals. Mayor Eckert's got a picture of him in Belleville in his living room with his dog, Bear. Keep your hands to yourself, Eckert, because I think you're a little strange personally. They got a dog in 2007, and I understand that. The mayor says, now the two of them watch television together. That's because that's the only friend you got, you idiot. It's the only friend you got. He lays by my feet at night. Unlike the citizens of Belleville who you want to kiss your feet at night. What a rotten, stupid bastard, Mark. Pussy boy, Maximus Vaginus Eckert is. But see, he's around for that. He's got his picture in the paper. I try to calling him about things going on in Belleville. He won't return my call. And if he doesn't return my call, people, he's not returning your call because I am the voice. I'm not the leader of anything. I'm not a good guy, but I happen to be the voice of all of us. And you guys can come on and be the voice. You don't have to be afraid. We all deserve 15 minutes of recognition. We do believe in the First Amendment here. And you've heard me before. All these politicians. I let every one of these son of a bitches, I invite them on. I offer them money. You people should be pissed off because we the people, pay them to be transparent. We pay them to let us know what's going on. They don't give a damn. They're not public servants who would do that. They're politicians. These rotten, asswipe, no good for nothing, political, parasitical, perverted punks that we call politicians, these low-life, bottom-feeding son of a bitches, they don't give a damn about us. And it's our fault, people, because we sit back. We become apathetic. And that's what they want all of us to do. They want us to be apathetic. They want us to not care anymore so they can keep their corruption going. I think the apathetic people of St. Clair County and all over this country, I think they've been apathetic, but I think they're coming out of the woodwork this election. I think they're going to show these no-good son of a bitches that maybe they're opposition, me especially, not the best candidate, but I think it's time to give somebody else a chance, people, after 40 years. It's not working on either side. It's not working on either side. We're going to take a quick break. Before we do, hey, Congressman Bost, I'm going to ask you one more time. I've got so many calls. People from Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and a few of them are pissed at you, Congressman. They said that you're a hypocritical bastard. And that's not my words. That's their words. Because you host with your lovely bride a Mothers Against Drunk Driving seminar, and then you take the support and you condone Doug Jamison, the St. Clair County Republican chairman, the chairman of the Republican Party. What a no-good son of a bitch this Jamison is, Congressman Bost. It's your responsibility. You represent me. I know you don't like me, and I don't like you, but you represent me and all the people. We're not going to stand for you supporting a gentleman who's been charged with domestic battery, a gentleman who's been charged with not paying $100,000 in child support, and a gentleman who's had a couple DUIs, and he was so ashamed of it, he tried to get it expunged up in Sangamon County in Springfield, and they said, oh, no, buddy, we're not going to do that. It's a shame what you did. Not once, but twice. And if that's not true, Jamison, give me a call, you no-good son of a bitch. Congressman Bost, before the pickets come out, and maybe you win the election, you're the incumbent, you've got a lot of money they're giving to you, you're dancing their tune in Washington, you haven't done anything. I've talked to your people down in your area, Murfreesboro, Carbondale. They say you've become a big shot, say you've done nothing. And I ask you, Congressman, have the guts to give me a call and tell me what you've done. Tell the good people of the 12th Congressional District what you have done the last 2 years. You know what he's done, people? He's geared up for the next election. And you know what he'll do if he gets reelected? His primary job will be gear up for the next election and gear up for the next election. Gear down a little bit, Congressman, and do something. Worry about the people of the 12th Congressional District of this great state of Illinois. Don't worry about party politics in Washington. Bost has went along with everything the Republicans want to do. Now, you can't tell me everything the Republicans want to do is right, and you can't tell me everything the Democrats want to do in Washington is right. Bost just blindly leads because, see, that's where he's getting the money, from the Republican organization. And that's okay, Congressman. I'm not trying to pass a bad light on you. I just loved my child. I don't drink. I'm against people that drive and kill people. And I sure have never hit a woman. And you think I'm a bad guy, Congressman? You tell people, hey, Romanik's a no-good son of a bitch? Well, I am. But I'm not as no-good a son of a bitch as the bastard that you're condoning, that you're supporting, that's supporting you, Doug Jamison. How can you be so hypocritical, Congressman Bost? And when I get back, we talk about dogs, Congress, and I got one last thing to say to you, and it ain't. Look in that mirror, Congressman. I look in the mirror, and it's going to be scary and ugly, just like both of our faces. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and I'm on the warpath with every one of these son of a bitches, Democrats, Republicans. I don't give a damn, people, and I hope you join me. I hope you join me in not giving a damn. Life's too short, people. Let's don't let them screw us. We're not whores. Well, I may be, but you guys aren't the whores. You're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM. Simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud. You hear me? Proud to be the Patriot. We talked about dogs earlier. You heard me say, and I'd call Eckert a dog, Maximus vaginus pussy boy, but I'd have to apologize to the dogs because I love animals. But he's there petting his dog. Hey, boss, Congressman, I'll bet you the dog that you killed, that little boy and girl that played with that dog, that sit by their feet like Eckert's dog sits by his feet, I'll bet you they're not petting that dog anymore, are they? If they are, the dog's stinking and awful hard. Rigor mortis must have set in years back. But Congressman, I want to ask you again. And people tell me that you're advocating that animals in these shelters should be killed because there's not enough room for these animals. I say let's find a solution, Congressman. And the solution isn't blowing their heads off, Congressman Bost. If you know what I mean, and I think you do, that's the solution for you, Congressman, killing these animals? Well, I got a solution. Well, I can't even go there because I'd have to say politically, of course. What kind of asswipe son of a bitch says that? That there's too many strays. They need to be killed. Congressman, I know you may think you're a congressional god in the 12th Congressional District. You may think you're a god up in Washington, but you ain't my god, you understand? That pisses me off, Congressman Bost, when I hear that. And I love animals. I love children. It ain't much for people sometime. But we can take care of ourselves. Animals and children can't. That's why we're put on this earth, to take care of our children, our most precious commodity. And our second most precious commodity is our furry children. But for you, Congressman Bost, for all you animal lovers out there, what the hell do you think of this idiot? Gonna say that there's too many strays, let's kill them? I would say there's too many politicians, let's kill them. Politically, of course. No violence. Politically, of course. Tongue-in-cheek, people. I'm not Trump, and they're going to try to flip the script that I threaten somebody. But you understand what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying, people. These no-good son of a bitches, we're just as bad as the animals that they're killing off, because they're killing us off mentally, financially. They're killing us off, people. We're like sitting ducks. We're like pigeons on a telephone line. We're just sitting there waiting to get picked off by these politicians, these asswipe, no good for nothing, rotten, low-life, bottom-feeding son of a bitches. Both Democrats and Republicans. We got to change, people. And I'm not trying to be melodramatic. We got to change. Time for a change, people. It can't, let me tell you, it can't get any worse. I promise you, I guarantee you that, and I don't guarantee a lot, I guarantee you, it can't get any worse. And we sit there and take it. We sit there and take it. We've got a couple callers I got to take care of. House lines are always open, people. We are America's voice of freedom, definitely the Patriot. You can call toll free 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. Got a caller? Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Yes, I'm calling about the letters that came out in the mail yesterday concerning voter registration fraud.
Uh-huh.
And I'm a little confused. I know that I personally had applied for a driver's license, and when they did that, they signed me up for voter registration in St. Clair County. And my husband actually signed up at the courthouse himself. So why would these letters, A, come out? And B, I actually got on the website for the state of Illinois, and you don't have to give, and I know you've talked about these letters, but you're asking for either a driver's license or a Social Security number, and they want us to put that in the mail, which I think is a horrible idea anyway, and we're not guaranteed that they're going to get it. But even if we did, the state doesn't even request that. The state says that you can just have a state ID what happens if a person doesn't have a driver's license?
Honey, very, very good. And you just read my mind. That's where I was going next. They're sending out Holbrook, not below the hill. They're sending out above the hill because they know there's a lot of Republicans. They're trying to disenfranchise, not the black vote this time, but the white vote. This rotten bastard, Mr. Haney, Tom Holbrook, you know the son of a bitch, he's telling me that he will not tell you good people of this county how the voting process happens. He will not tell you about where the absentee votes goes, who processes them, what kind of security measures they are. Now, he's going to tell me and the candidates, but he refused to tell you, the good people, the people that put him in office. He refused to let you people come to that meeting. It's supposed to be on August the 22nd. And if he doesn't let you good people go, I'm not going because we're all in this together. But, ma'am, what they're doing, and if you'll look, a friend of mine pointed this out to me, it's got your city zip code plus the 4 numbers after your regular old zip code. My zip code is 62223. I don't know the last 4 numbers, but see what they're going to try to do. If you send this off and you don't look at that and you don't put the last 4 numbers in, now I'm a candidate. They're going to tell me, Mr. Romanik, you can't vote. Now you can vote. These bastards let you vote without an ID. They let you vote not knowing who you are. But if you don't know the last 4 numbers of this new zip code, people, you got to understand. That's how desperate these rotten bastards are. Tom Holbrook sent this out. Attention, Election Department, Tom Holbrook. And Tom Holbrook, I believe that's illegal. We're checking right now. You're not going to disenfranchise the primarily Republican voters in the outer county. The East St. Louis Election Board didn't send it down to East St. Louis. Nobody else has done it. And I want to know, I don't believe, Holbrook, that you have the authority to make us re-register. This stuff's being sent out, people. It's being sent out at our expense. It's being sent out at our expense. Holbrook's sending all these out. Going to make us, they want to know the last 4 digits of your social security number, your driver's license number. You think I'd give an ass white bastard like Holbrook any information that could be stolen from me? Because I don't trust him as far as I can throw that fat-ass bastard. But you guys in the outer county that have gotten this, it says official election material. Official my ass. The state has notified our office the voter registration must be in full compliance to prevent voter fraud. Well, let's prevent voter fraud by getting rid of you and the rest of the democratic culture of corruption in St. Clair County, Holbrook. We don't need these letters. We need you bastards out of office. And how hypocritical. That's the only way you guys win these elections is through voters' fraud. And everybody knows it. But we're going to check, honey, and thank you very much. We're going to check to find out. I don't think this is legal. I think that Holbrook's trying to disenfranchise all the white voters in the outer county because I think him, I think Kern, I think every one of these son of a bitches, I think they know that they're in trouble this time. Not because we're the best candidates, not because we're the best at anything, but they're the worst at everything. They know they're in trouble, and they're going to try every reason, every method at our expense, people, both financially and voting-wise. They've sent this out to people in the outer county, and some of you might not have gotten it yet, but they're asking for, and you look at it, they're asking for the city, the zip code, plus 4. They're going to be technical as hell, but they're going to worry about voter fraud. They're going to worry about voter fraud, and you don't have to have an ID to vote on election day? How the hell? I can register you. I'm a deputy registrar. I can register you, and people in Belleville don't know who you are. I could have a fictitious name and put them at my address living there. Nobody ever checks. But now, all of a sudden, in this election, they're going to get technical. That's bull crap, Holbrook, you rotten son of a bitch, you Mr. Haney. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. Here's a deal for you, Haney. You better get your ass and fly straight, fly right, and get rid of the culture of corruption in your office. Because if you don't, 2 years from now, you no good fat ass eating off the taxpayers' son of a bitch that you are, we're going to throw your nasty ass out of office. But think about it, people. Think about it, people. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what's going on in St. Clair County. And you're hearing it right here. The only place you're going to hear it. You don't get it in the newspaper. You don't get it in the Post, the Belleville News Democrat. You don't get it on mainstream radio. And even though we have a powerful signal, we're not mainstream radio. We don't want to be mainstream nothing. This radio station's here for you good people, for us to give you the information so together we can unite to get rid of this political corruption. But think about it, people. You'll be getting this in the mail in the outer county, official election material, and it says it must be returned. Not must be returned my ass, Holbrook. I want to know what authority you have to do this, and I want to know. See, it's like a test, people. If you don't dot every I and cross every T, they're going to stop you from voting in the November election because they know that you've been exposed to my radio show. They know you've been exposed to their culture of corruption. And these son of a bitches are desperate. These bastards are desperate. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. I've been going crazy. We've got to take care of some of our community service. Sip and Taste of at 618 will be today and tomorrow at Community Park in the great village of Shiloh. And we want to thank Mayor Veneer and all he does for the good people of Shiloh. They're going to have food out there, going to have music. If you guys can make it out, that's today from 4 to 11 p.m. and Saturday from 2 to 11 p.m. We'll be out there. The radio station will stop by the Community Park in Shiloh for the Sips and Taste at 618. Also, the Madison County Fair Association Chillin' and Grillin'. August the 20th and 21st in Marine Park. We'll talk about that next week. We're running out of time. Law Enforcement Appreciation and Prayer Day to be held at the Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church, 1430 Summit Avenue in East St. Louis. We want to thank Cornell Brown, pastor, the pastor, and Deacon Dwayne Hines for all they've done for the community of East St. Louis, and we're going to try to make it out there, guys. This Saturday, Back the Blue barbecue lunch be held at Smithton Firehouse, located at 711 North Main Street in the wonderful town of Smithton, Illinois. Barbecue lunch to be served to all law enforcement and their families. Public is welcome. We'll try to make it out there. Don't forget the Saturday, the 13th, tomorrow, Overweiss Ice Cream and Dairy Store, located at 4590 Telegraph Road in South County, Boy Scout Troop 661. Can you announce having their Bluegrass Festival? No, it's September. We'll get to that. Calling all high schoolers today, August the 12th, performing live Team Talk. There's a back-to-school kickoff to be held at Club LA East, located at 333 North 9th Street in East St. Louis from 9 p.m. until whenever. That's tonight, Friday. Great club, great people out there that run the Club LA East, so we wish you guys the best. Don't forget, pick me up on iTunes, blah, blah, blah. You know all that crap. We're not going to do on this date, which is a bunch of crap anyway because we don't have time. I had a caller, and I got two people. They sent out 239-cent notices about this new voting registration. And then someone talked to Holbrook, and this asswipe son of a bitch said, oh, no, it's going to be a fair election. Going to be a fair election. The feds are involved. Well, the feds aren't involved in East St. Louis where they need to be. Why the hell they just involved up here, Holbrook? I think you're full of crap. I don't think you're telling the truth, Holbrook. And we're not going to stand for you and the democratic culture of corruption making us jump through hoops, every voter, black, white, men, women, Democrat or Republican, to make sure, because we're going to go their election day and they're going to say, you can't vote, you can't vote, you can't vote. They're going to suppress the vote. Now, if the feds are in town, Holbrook, they ought to be in town investigating your ass and Sprague's ass and Kern's ass and Barracivic's ass, because you guys aren't going to get away with it. Mayor Officer, I know you're pissed about this.
Good morning, Bob. Yeah, I'm pretty upset. I've already had the opportunity, the privilege to talk to one of my attorneys this morning, and I'm sure Mr. Holbrook will take this information to the best of heart. And we're looking at a violation of the Voting Rights Act, and we're going to probably go to East St. Louis Federal Court to get a declaratory information about why the St. Clair County Board of Elections wants to know about 4 zip code numbers for people who are already registered to vote.
Right.
That makes no sense to me. You're talking about wasting money. You mailed out 85 cents worth of postcards. And if you just do the math, simple math, 25, 45, 50,000 registered voters. The lady who called in earlier, she registered when she got her driver's license at the driver's license facility. She's already registered to vote. Why does Holbrook have to have it again? Her husband went to the courthouse and registered. Now he's got to register again? Come on. Anybody blind can see through this. This is another part of the culture of corruption, and they're trying to use this excuse that the federal government is making them do it. The federal government has not opened their mouths. The U.S. Attorney has not said anything. The Department of Justice has not said anything. This is all about keeping you and I not on that ballot in November. They want to suppress the vote because they know that the culture of corruption is going down. The Freedom Coalition is on their butt, and we're not giving up. This is a fight to the finish, so they might as well try to get every angle they can, but the Freedom Coalition is not going to sit down and allow this to happen without a fight.
Yeah. You know, they've got on here, Mayor, our records indicate we do not have a social security number or driver's license number. That's a damn lie, Holbrook, on all of it. We need the last 4 digits of your social security number. Hey, Holbrook, I'm not giving you a damn thing. You know who I am. I put my ID out when I got it. You're not going to make me or anybody in St. Clair County jump through hoops this election. All of a sudden, people, they want to do what's right. Well, what's right is to stop the culture of corruption in St. Clair County. You people have got this, and I know you're going to be burning up. He spent 70, 80 cents, sent 2 out to each of the households, not in downtown, not throughout below the hill, wherever the problem is in East St. Louis with that election board. Nobody cares about that. So I guess, Holbrook, the federal government doesn't care about that because the people in East St. Louis aren't getting a copy of this to give the last 4 digits of their zip code that nobody knows. Holbrook, we're not going to tolerate it. The St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, the patriotic movement, is not going to tolerate it. But even more important and more powerful than that, the people of St. Clair County, we're not going to tolerate it. Mayor Officer, give you the last word.
Well, all I can simply say is I want particularly the seniors. This is so disheartening and discouraging to them. Most seniors are doing good to remember their address. Now you're going to try and tell them they got to remember the zip code and the last 4 digits of the zip code. Most seniors haven't moved in the last 15, 20 years, Tom Holbrook. You're going to tell them now that they can't vote? They've been registered to vote in their house for the last 30 years, but all of a sudden here at the end of August, you decided that you want to change the voting law? Why? Did Mark Kern or somebody in Bob Sprague tell you what to do? Well, let me tell you something. Your bosses are not going to sit back and allow you to do this. This is a shame. You should be ashamed of yourself to intimidate and not explain openly to these senior citizens and every voter in St. Clair County.
I agree with you, Mayor Carl Officer. Thank you very much. Our candidate, the people's candidate for St. Clair County coroner, will be the best coroner that St. Clair County has ever had. And he's also co-chairman of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. People, come by the Freedom Coalition headquarters, 60th and West Main. Get signs. Let's take this patriotic movement up to Belleville. Let's let them know, all of us, black, white, men, women, Democrats, and Republicans, we're all tired of being screwed. And this crap's not going to go, Holbrook. We'll talk about it more Monday. We're going to research it more. But we are not the people. We the people are not going to let you disenfranchise this next election. I promise you that. We'll go to court. We'll do what we're going to fight for the people of St. Clair County. Hey, and boss, by the way, real quick, please stay away from animals, because and call me and defend yourself. If I'm wrong, I'll apologize on the air like I've done in the past. I've been wrong before. But when you're not transparent to me and all the rest of your bosses, your constituents, we can only hear one side. And if I'm wrong, but I know what you did to that poor dog years back. But if you're telling me that you're advocating killing these poor animals, you're a no-good son of a bitch. I don't give a damn if you're the president. You're a no-good son of a bitch. Unbelievable. And Congressman Bost, don't think you're a big shot, because the same people that put you in office can remove you from office. And Doug Jamieson, hopefully you'll condemn him, Congressman Bost, because if not, you're not part of the solution. You become part of the problem. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio. And you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM. Simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Everyone, friend and foe, have a safe weekend. You and your families enjoy this great country of ours. But remember, this country only became great because of our brave military heroes. So let's always keep them in our hearts, in our minds, and for you religious people, in your prayers. Let's know what this country's about. Let's know what direction we're going. And right now, it's not a good direction. We can make it the right direction if we all, men, women, black, white, Democrats, and Republicans, quit playing politics, quit playing racial issues. Let's strive for one game to make America, as Trump would say, make America great again. And we can continue to do that by uniting, by exposing, and on Election Day, ridding our cities, our counties, our state, our country, our great United States of America, ridding them of the political parasitical punks that we call politicians. Destroy them. Destroy them politically, of course. Politically, of course. Right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha, to the funny farm.